Yeah, action.
Do you care about the environment?
Do I care about the environment?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why?
Because we have to live here. I have to breathe the air. I have to drink the water.
Yes.
Very much so.
Do you think about the environment?
I think about it all the time. Like every time I'm in the car, I think about the emissions going into the air and the atmosphere.
Not at all.
Not really?
To a degree. It's not the first thing that I think about when I wake up in the morning, no.
Yes, I do. And anybody who doesn't is a moron, and you can give them my name and tell them I said so.
Why do you think it is that some people don't care about the environment?
I think some people don't care about their own life.
I think people just don't care about a lot of things that are, I don't know, I think it's just taken for granted.
At least in this culture, we're not taught to care for it. Our culture has no respect or no concept of what the environment is and our relationship.
Most people are unconscious. Most people are not aware of what they need to do because they feel that they have to go to work and take care of the kids, and they don't realize that everything is all interconnected.
I don't know.
Honestly,
They don't care.
they just
Don't
they,
try to think about what, like, don't think long term.
It probably have a lot to do with their income, in that they don't have a reason to care or cut costs of buying energy-saving appliances and doing what they could. Because I know if I had the money, I'd buy the car that was the most gas-guzzling and kind of thing. If it didn't matter to me, it didn't matter to me. But so I think income has the biggest issue as far as whether a person cares or not.
So you think the way that you're living is sustainable for the environment or for Earth? You think it's sustainable for Earth? So if everybody lived like you think the world would be fine?
I mean, I'm not perfectly eco-friendly, but I think if a lot more people took public transportation, I mean, Los Angeles isn't really big on public transportation, not like New York per se, but yeah, I think.
Yes.
Oh, well, I don't know. I doubt it. In the long run, I doubt it. Even that is probably too much.
Things stay at it, it won't last forever.
So how we're living is not sustainable.
How we're living is definitely not sustainable. It's done at the behest of corporations. We use big agriculture based on petroleum fuels because of the Rockefeller Corporation.
what do you think your impact is on our environment?
Well, I'm smoking right now, so probably not the best.
Myself, personally, probably pretty low. I mean, as far as harm, because I don't buy paper towels or use plastic baggies or containers. I drive extremely very little just because I don't have to commute. And, things like that. Like, there's a lot of things I don't use. Even in fact, electricity, I barely use.
You think it's very small?
Well, I take public transportation a lot, and I walk to work, so I wouldn't think I left a big footprint as far as damaging the environment.
If you had one habit that you would say was bad for the environment, what do you think that is?
What the worst thing I do out of everything is drive at all, I suppose.
Probably not walking enough.
Probably littering. Because I smoke, so probably throwing a cigarette butt out on the street is not so good. And the smoking is not good for the air. So that's probably my most damaging of what I do. But we recycle at my house, and we actually take them to a recycling center. But yeah.
Habit probably be wasting a lot of energy. I always leave lights on, doors open for the air.
And what do you think people can do to change, their lifestyle?
Everything. Stop consuming so much.
Well, I suppose an electric car or something like that, but I'm not sure what happens with those either. The batteries, where do they go?
Like if I'm riding my bike and I see a piece of trash on the ground, throw it in the trash can and recycle it.
Recycle.
So why do we need to go so many places? Why can't we have a community and a smaller area that we live our life within so we can use bicycles and walk?
Try the IBM motto. Do you know what the IBM motto was?
Yeah, it's like
It's one word. Think. Think. Think about what you're doing, where you're going, what you're buying. You know, think about what you're buying. I think the best way that we can affect change on the planet is by voting with our wallets. Every time you spend $1, it's a vote for somebody to stay in business. So if you talk one thing, yet spend your money on cheap crap from China and stuff that's not sustainable and it's economically impure and ecologically impure, and then turn around and try to say you're an environmentalist, you're an idiot. And most people in this country will talk a good game, but then they'll shop at the 99-cent store, they'll not think about packaging, and they'll buy crap they don't need with money they don't have, you know.
Yeah.